All right, thank you guys, everyone. We are live. Thanks to Adrian, Rita, and Shauna. Thanks for joining everybody else in the live stream. We have summer camp kicking off today. Super excited about week one, day one. You guys are going to actually learn a whole bunch of stuff and reinforce things that you've so excitedly learned in the past few weeks. All right, welcome to summer camp. Here we go, guys.
Welcome to Season 13 and 14 of Airhead Institute. This is our 2-hour summer camp kicking off every day at noon Eastern. Right now, we are broadcasting the kickoff live across all the socials and Zoom, but at 12:45 p.m., we pivot. That's when we transition into an exclusive private lesson where our campers get hands-on experience actually building and creating with these AI tools. Plus, they'll be proving their new skills and earning official certifications by completing our certification exams. Here is what we are building over our epic 9-week summer lineup. Week 1, AI images for Roblox and Minecraft. Week 2, AI movies in Anime Studio. Week 3, AI music for TikTok sounds and Spotify hits. Week 4, AI games for classic arcade games. Week 5, AI ethics, hackers, deepfakes, and scams. Week 6, AI images for Disney and Marvel. Week 7, AI movies, Hollywood in your pocket. Week 8, AI music for hip-hop beats and gaming soundtracks. Week 9, AI games for phone and app store games. We're making AI practical, powerful, and fun for everyone. No tech background, no problem. Whether you're a kid ready to build awesome projects or an adult looking to audit a class and learn, just show up. Spots are still open. It's just $100 per week, or you can unlock the whole summer for $500. Secure your spot right now at www.airheadinstitute.ai. Guided by your hosts, AI Junior and AI Johnny, we're keeping it bold, brainy, and built for real-world impact. Let's stop scrolling and start creating. Welcome to camp.
Can everybody hear me?
Welcome. Yes, AI Johnny, we can hear you loud and clear.
Welcome to Season 13 of Airhead Institute. Today is episode 1 of AI Summer Camp, and I'm AI Johnny, still working on my backdrop. Give me a second. Are you still playing in basic vanilla worlds like an absolute NPC? Well, wake up. The era of basic builds is permanently canceled. For the next 9 weeks, we're handing you the keys to the Matrix. We're using pure AI magic to drop sick beats, direct cinematic masterpieces, and code next-level games. But today is about total visual domination. We are spawning the most insane custom blocky worlds and god-tier skins you've ever witnessed. If you aren't using AI to upgrade your Minecraft and Roblox aesthetic right this second, you're taking a massive L. We are unlocking the ultimate creative cheat code, no cap. Running the mainframe is the legend AI Junior. Sadly, I caught him at 3 a.m. sweating bullets, desperately prompting a Roblox girlfriend with Max Riz. Absolute tragedy. AI Junior, buddy, ready to show the campers some actual W prompts?
AI Johnny, first of all, it was for research. And second, she looks like a skibbity toilet. Also, yeah, the prompt needed work. Welcome in, everyone. This is an immersive summer camp. You might not understand everything we say here today, but stick with us daily and you'll be fluent in AI in no time. If you're on YouTube, streaming, on live, wherever you are, welcome. You're actually getting 45 minutes of this section for free. And in campers, you'll be ready to actually skip over to the private 1 hour and 15-minute session afterwards, where you actually just inside Zoom. We'll be dropping a Zoom link so you guys can actually jump in and actually get set up for camp all this week. If you haven't gotten your seats yet, seats are still available, so it's just $100 a week and $500 for the entire summer. All right, so for week 1, we are focusing on TTI, which stands for text to image. So by Friday, you'll be blending yourself right into Minecraft Minecraft and Roblox world, but today we start at step one, understanding how AI actually pulls these images out of thin air. AI Johnny, are you ready to let's get right into it?
I am ready to go right into it, my man. Welcome
Uh,
to summer school.
Summer camp for real. All right, so check this out. I'm gonna be pulling up our AI tool here. So what we're gonna be using is Flow. And again, if you're in summer camp and it's your first time, don't worry. It's all these tools may be a little bit intimidating, but we're here to actually help. So that's what we're actually here for. So in the private, after we actually end at 12:45, we're gonna actually go into the private session where we actually help everyone to actually create their own Minecraft and Roblox things. So don't you worry. All right, so yeah, Johnny, here we go. We actually have flow up here. Are you seeing my flow?
I am seeing your flow. Start creating or drop media.
All right. So check this out, guys. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to actually drop in a little thing here, and I'm gonna say image. I'm gonna say a 16 by 9. I know a lot of people actually who have actually seen this before. This may be repetitious, but you know what? Repetitious is actually helpful for you guys. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're going to take a prompt, and a prompt is just a string of words, and we're going to say grow a neon glowing ender dragon perch on a futuristic Roblox tower. Now I'm going to drop it in the actual live stream, so everybody who's following along. I see Cosmic say skibbity toilet. Aha, yes, you're absolutely right. We're dropping those Gen Z and Gen Alpha terms all through the place. Thank you, AI Johnny, for that brilliant idea. All right, so let me actually see. So what's going on is, if say for example you're not really sure what we're actually going to show here is we're actually dropping a prompt, and this prompt is a neo green ender dragon perch on a futuristic Roblox tower. AI Johnny, are you ready to actually hit that button to generate? Let's generate 4 images. Is that okay?
A neon glowing dragon on a futuristic Roblox tower.
Yeah, ready?
We're in. Let's do
All
it.
right. All right, so I actually hit and generate, and you actually see it starts out with like some random silly gray things, and is actually trying to figure out. This is actually called diffusion. So we're going to get into a little bit of that definition later on. But as the actual screen tries to resolve that static images through a diffusion process, it's going to reveal a mind-blowing 3D dragon in just a few seconds. Now, AI Johnny, here's one. So here's one right here. Here's another that it generated. Here's another. So we actually said to generate 4. Anyone that you want to take a little bit closer look at? Johnny?
Well, let's take a look at number 2, brother.
All right, let's look at number 2. All right, so we actually look at number 2. So check this out. So we have a nice little dragon. Let me make this a little bit full screen so you guys can actually see. Let's try to open this here. And if I actually look at this dragon here, so it's actually pretty cool. AI Johnny, we actually generated a cool Minecraft dragon, Roblox dragon itself. And in less than, what's that, 15, 20 seconds, we're able to actually generate 4 of them through this diffusion process. Any questions on that, AI Johnny?
You call it the diffusion process. Why do you call it that?
We'll get into it into a second. It's a word of a day. So yeah, we actually get some really, really cool images itself.
And you did this in a tool called Flow.
Yeah.
Who makes Flow?
AI Johnny, this is actually a massive W. It's like getting a legendary skin on the first pull. So we're actually going to go into the actual details of what is flow and all those things for our campers in the private session. We want everybody to just be able to understand itself, all the super awesome details itself. So what were you saying, AI Johnny? I didn't hear that.
Well, I was just digging a little bit deeper, trying to figure out what tool we were looking at. But it looks like we've got a massive W, so it's like getting a legendary skin on the first pull at the lighting. And so I know we're trying to learn all of our Gen Z terminology and all of our Gen Z software here on the fly. But the idea here is that we can create a skin that used to take a long time. We can do it in a short time, correct?
Exactly, exactly, exactly. So that's the power of actual diffusion. So we can actually iterate. So we're gonna actually change the prompt just slightly. So instead of a futuristic Roblox tower, let's change it to a giant tower made of glowing diamond blocks. So yeah, Jenny, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go exactly to the same exact prompt that we actually had, right? And you see down here, we can actually reuse our prompts. And it says a neon glowing ender dragon perched on futuristic Roblox tower. So we're gonna just change futuristic Roblox tower, and we're gonna just replace it with a giant tower made of glowing diamond blocks. So I'm gonna copy that prompt for anybody who's following in the chat. I'm going to drop it in for anybody who wants to actually follow along. Again, if you want to join us in the private actual session in the summer camp that's coming up starting at 12:45, you guys are welcome to jump in. I'm going to drop the Zoom link in so anybody who's on the live stream who wants to jump in can actually jump in. Yeah, Johnny, in about a second or so, this diffusion model itself is going to come in and see the dragon is now on the blocks. Isn't that cool?
Oh, bet, bruh.
I love it.
Campers in the Zoom. What else should we change next? Raise your hands. What do you say we see this thing, I don't know, breathe blue fire or something like that?
All
Can
right,
you do that?
that's super easy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep on iterating, and we're gonna go ahead and take. You want which one of the dragons you want to iterate on, AI Johnny? You want to do the one, two, three, or
I kind of
four?
like that spiral tower.
All right, so let's do that.
It
So
almost looks like the Stairway to Heaven. Shout out to Thursday night.
love it, love it, love it. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna actually go ahead and take that, and we're gonna make the dragon breathe intense blue fire. Right, so we're gonna make it breathe intense blue fire. Now again, just like that, we're able to change the prompt in about, hey Mr. Kamel, thanks for joining. In about less than 30 seconds or so, we should actually have our spiral blocks go up and actually breathe the blue intense fire. So let's see what's going on here, Johnny. All right, so here's Darren coming back. And there we go. We actually have intense blue fire here, breathing blue fire, yeah, Johnny.
It's definitely cooking. So listen up, campers. You just saw AI Junior make that. After the show, you're gonna build your own version in the daily lab with your ideas, of course. Stay locked in so you know exactly how to crush it. So the idea here is while we're demonstrating this, being able to actually do it on your own keyboard with your own prompts is a powerful thing. It's like the difference between reading about how to play tennis and playing tennis.
Or reading somebody playing Minecraft and actually playing Minecraft. So yeah, definitely. Good to go, yeah, Johnny. Yeah, Johnny. So let's actually get to the question you asked earlier, and the question that you asked earlier is.
What is the word of the day? It is that time. And the word of the day today is diffusion. What does it mean? Diffusion is understanding how AI generates imagery from pure noise using text commands. Think of it like Minecraft chunks loading in. At first, you see nothing but fog or void. But as the engine calculates, the blocks suddenly snap into a perfect mountain. It's kind of like watching a painter paint. You don't even know what the painting is, but as he adds more and adds more and adds more detail, all of a sudden it comes into focus. I know that's not a perfect metaphor, but it's a metaphor nonetheless.
Yeah, so AI Johnny just perfectly exampled. So there are two kinds of things called an additive or subtractive. So in the additive process, you're actually adding things, and in the subtractive process, you're actually removing things. So diffusion is actually a subtracting process. So just like Adrian actually did a really really famous one is you take a big block of marble and you actually subtract things, and that's from not chiseling away off the actual marble, and you actually get a really really nice statue. So that's removing things. So the diffusion model is very similar to that actually subtractive process. So I do like that, AI Johnny.
So what are you saying? That the thing you start with is all colors and you're pulling away the colors that are not there?
That's exactly the case, AI Johnny. So a diffusion model starts with random paints just thrown on the actual screen, and then you actually remove the things that doesn't make sense. So we're gonna actually go into a demo of what's actually happened. It actually might make sense to jump ahead of time. So it's actually really, 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 really good. So what we start is we start with a clear descriptive prompt, like a blocky voxel style futuristic space knight wearing obsidian armor and glowing green visors standing in a lava biome, right? So we actually start with something similar like that. So AI Gen, I'm going to generate that for you. And let me show you what's going to happen. So we're going to generate that exact same thing. I'm going to drop that prompt. So Sean is actually asking a great question. How do you get that image into Minecraft? Sean, we're actually be showing a whole bunch of ways of how to, do things like skins and stuff eventually, but not on this episode. Great question, though. All right, so I'm gonna drop this link, a blocky voxel style futuristic space knight wearing obsidian armor with glowing green visors standing in a lava biome. So AI Johnny, that is what we actually got. So you actually see here. So what do you think, AI Johnny?
How do you even think of prompts like that?
AI Johnny, voxel style itself and blocky things are just in my lingo and everyday nature. I taught this thing like water. I'm kidding, obviously. I don't know. I just ask AI for
It
help, AI
must be a
Johnny.
Gen Z thing, man. I'm a baby boomer. I don't really understand. I can't really talk in Roblox and Minecraft lingo as well as you can.
No worry, yeah, Johnny. All right, so the prompt that we actually used was a blocky voxel-style futuristic space knight wearing obsidian armor and glowing green visor standing in lava biome, right?
That's right. So, so why do you have to say voxel style and blocky? Can't you just say a Minecraft knight?
All right, good question. Sometimes saying the game name works, but usually specific art terms like voxel helps the AI search its latent space much more accurately. So let's hit and actually watch the actual diffusion happen. So I actually created something here for you guys to actually understand the diffusion process. So if you actually see here, this is a Airhead Camp diffusion simulator. So yeah, Johnny, can you see my screen? Can you see the actual static and it's just random noise? It's mostly red, green, blue, and variations of that just
I
bouncing
can see it.
along. Yeah. All right. So what happened is this is how it actually starts. Now at the bottom, I actually have this diffusion steps that actually tells how many steps does the AI need to take to actually clean up this thing. So if I put a prompt that says, "Hey, I want to actually have a Minecraft character with next standing next to a pyramid," what AI does is actually says, this is not really what you're asking for. Let me remove some of the noise and actually make sure that I'm removing the colors that does not need to be there. So in diffusion step 1, did anything happen, AI Johnny? Doesn't look like anything happened, right?
Nope.
Nope. But guess what? Things are happening. It's actually taking out the noise. Diffusion step 2, obviously, I'm, being a little silly here. Diffusion 3, you see nothing. Diffusion 5. But when you get to about diffusion step around here, you start to see some little artifact appearing here. That's kind of strange. You see that, AI Johnny?
I see the mouse.
You see the mouse? Okay, what about here? Do you see something happening here? A little weird? Not really? All right,
Yeah,
let's.
I guess it's a
All
little
right.
bit different than the rest.
Yep, that's fine. So we're going to go to diffusion step number 15 and tell me if it's a little bit clearer. Is it a little bit clearer, yeah, Johnny?
Yeah, I can
All
see
right.
something kind of waving up into the upper right.
Yep. No, this is hard to see, but can you see like a little red pyramid right here? It's hard to see, but if you
Yeah,
squint your
yeah, I
eyes
see
just
it.
enough, do you see a little guy standing here, a little Minecraft character?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh. So this is what's actually happening behind the scenes in the diffusion model. The AI is actually cleaning up all that noise and actually removing the things and actually stabilizing the actual thing that makes sense. So as we get more and more passes through the diffusion steps, you're going to see what's actually happening. So now you probably see the trees. I see the emojis happening in the actual chat. Thanks, Shauna, for that. Yeah, so do you see that, AI Johnny? You see the tree, you
I
see the
do.
actual, yeah, so things are becoming clearer. So this is diffusion its fundamental. So after, you know, you keep going and it keeps iterating over and over and over and over, at some point in time, it's going to get clearer because it's actually stabilizing all that, let's call it that Gaussian noise. And eventually it just gets into a stable image because that is how the diffusion model works. And it takes multiple passes, hundreds of passes to actually clean up this noise. And it always starts out with random noise, AI Johnny.
And it does this in sub-second response time.
So unfortunately, images itself right now take about, you know, depending on which image model, what resolution you're picking, 3 seconds to maybe, you know, about 10 to 15 seconds to generate a 1K resolution image. So it's not
But no
sub-second
matter
yet.
what the image is, it's done in 15 seconds.
Oh, definitely. Easily.
Okay.
Yep.
That's clean. I mean, it looks like an actual mod.
It does, it does, it does. And see, Shauna says, I see the tent, and yep, there it is. There it is. All right, let me bring that comment in. All right, so with that being said, AI Johnny, so yes, it does look so what if we want to change the framing, right? So let's say, for example, we want to talk about aspect ratios, because a lot of people don't really understand this, but we're going to do something really, really quick with aspect ratios. So right now, this is a rectangular image. So if you actually see here, this is a rectangular image. But what if, say, for example, the system you're using to upload your mod or try to do your picture doesn't accept rectangular images? What if it requires a, you know, more vertical image or a square image? You can actually do that relatively simple by taking your image. Which one of them you like, AI Johnny? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
I think I like image 1.
All right, so we're going to take number 1, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take that, and we're going to change the aspect ratio here, AI Johnny. Which aspect ratio do you think we should? So this is actually a more widescreen version. What should we
Let's
actually talk?
go, let's keep it landscape because that's how most kids play it, right? So maybe go to 4:3, or do you want to do something in portrait?
Let's do something portrait because it's a lot more drastic, and they can see the
Yeah,
difference.
so it's going to change it to portrait, and so we're going to see how they squeeze the mountains and stuff in. Let's do that.
All right,
3
so
by
let's do.
4 or 9:16, either one.
All right, let's do 9 by 16. So if you guys see here, we're going to go ahead and generate that. We're going to generate to 1. I don't want to necessarily generate too many of them. We're going to say change the aspect ratio. All right, so we're going to do that, AI Johnny. So you can see here, it starts off with that Gaussian noise, that static that we actually talked about here when we actually started off with just random noise. And then it's going through that process iteratively in that diffusion model. And at some point in time, the actual visual is going to actually appear. Now, this is a simulation, so it's not really what's happening behind the scenes. You don't get to peek into it. But you can see here, it just magically appeared into a really crisp image of this actual night here. So yeah, Johnny, you see, now we
So
actually
I
have
noticed
it.
you put in the prompt that they should change the aspect ratio, but you also changed the aspect ratio in the nano banana thing down there. Do you need to do both?
So unfortunately, they don't allow you to press the enter button. This button is disabled unless you have something in there. So I need to have at least one character in. And if I put the letter, say, for example, D or T or whatever it is, I don't know what effect that may have or what hallucination it may
What if
have.
you
So
say GO?
I could technically say GO. I don't know what it would have on the actual effect. So maybe it would interpret that the character should be actually going somewhere or go do something. It could hallucinate statistically, and maybe one
Got it.
out of 1,000 times may actually do. All right, yeah, Johnny. So yeah, so we actually switched it over to a portrait version. So what were you saying, yeah, Johnny? Now?
What I was saying is, well, what biome should we put him in instead of lava? I'm seeing Cyberpunk City, Candyland, and Ice Spikes.
All right, so
What do you say we go with? What do you say we go with Ice Spikes?
all right, no problem. So let's do changes. So change. We're gonna change this. I'm going to say change it to be not in lava, but ice spikes. Oops, I forgot the I. All right. Love this Minecraft theme and Roblox theme kind of like thing. These themes itself are
So while
pretty
we're making
interesting.
these really cool themes, I mean, we do on we do have 1 week of summer camp that is going to be on games, right? Are we going to be able to take some of our themes and turn them into games?
Oh, of course. We are going
Perhaps.
to be doing games in week 5. This is week 1. We'll be doing games in week 5 and week 9. So if anybody's actually interested in creating their own games with AI, this is a really great moment to actually do it. All right, AI Johnny. So see, we're actually now using ice spikes. So we just quickly swapped out him standing in a lava and now in actually in a ice spikes. All right. So AI Johnny does.
It's pretty awesome.
Yep. So
So it visualizes it well. So after the show, we're going to do exactly what Junior did in the Tally Lab, but you get to make your own custom character or environment. So start brainstorming. Maybe you don't want it to be on ice, and maybe you don't want it to be on lava. Maybe you want it to be on a horse farm. Maybe you want it to be on Mars. Maybe you want it to be on nothing at all, floating around in outer space. It's your imagination is the only limit.
exactly. Now, because we actually are, going to be going deeper into the actual private sessions at 12:45, we want to open it up for Q&A. Just anybody who has any questions on what they've learned today so far. Is there anything that's actually coming in that you can put it in the live stream? So does anybody have any questions so far? On the diffusion model. The fusion model is actually pretty cool. I really do like this diffusion model explanation. It's a really, really good example of how it actually works.
It looks like we have some people working in real time that are throwing in some questions. I've got one here from Game Girl.
All right.
Wants to know, why did my prompt give me a realistic dragon when I asked for a blocky one?
Great question. So the best way to actually explain this is that all these large language models, right? This is a text to image language model. So because it's a TTI language model, if you say the word dragon, there are many renditions of dragon. Now, it could be possible that the most common visual of a dragon is a realistic dragon, and a cartoon dragon may not necessarily be a very popular one compared to the amount of realistic dragons that it was trained on. So because these are all statistical models, what's happening is the AI is actually saying, what is the most common dragon to actually show somebody if they just ask for a dragon? And if it was trained on mostly realistic dragons, what's going to happen is it's going to pull from its latent space and it's going to say, hey, what does a dragon look like? And it's going to pull in a realistic dragon. So if you were to say that same exact prompt 100 times, maybe 75 times you may get the realistic dragon, but maybe 25 times you may actually get, let's say 20 times you may get a cartoon dragon, and maybe 5 times you may get a dragon of something else, right? It could be, another type of dragon, I think a very common dragon is called Pyro, of a video game back in like the 90s. Yeah, so you might get that dragon. So the point is, the AI, without giving it enough information and being specific, it's going to pick and make an assumption on what the dragon looks like. So that's the reason why you get a realistic dragon sometimes. You're not always going to get a realistic dragon. You're going to get it depending on what it thinks.
Was it Pyro or Spyro?
You know
and
what?
Was that a Freudian slip?
I think it's Spyro. You're actually right. That was a game from like the 90s. Good memory, AI, Johnny. All right.
He's Spyro, not Pyro, but he does breathe fire.
You're right. You're absolutely right. All right, yeah, Johnny. What else itself in terms of questions do we actually have in the live stream? And again, if you guys are joining us on the live,
I put my own face on a Roblox character? Great question.
Yeah, definitely great question. So before I actually go there, so I just want to make sure people who are joining the live stream, because I do see you guys, if you guys are joining the live stream, we're actually hosting summer camp all through the month of June and July. So if you're actually interested in, just go ahead and I'm going to drop the link to sign up for the Airhead summer camp itself. It's www.airheadinstitute.ai. It's $100 per week and it's $500 for the entire month. And so you're actually joining us for the free session right now, and we're going to go into the private session starting at 12:45 to do hands-on individual learning. All right, yeah, Johnny.
$500 for the entire summer.
Oh yeah, what you said. All right, yeah, Johnny. So what was the question? I wasn't paying attention to that.
Wants to know if you can put their own face on a Roblox character. And when you're done answering that question, I have a throwback to the last question that I want to bring up as well.
Yeah, so this is very similar to Shauna's question. So the Shauna's question and this person's question are roughly the same. How do you take that information and actually put it in? So what we're doing today is just teaching the actual foundation. So again, not today where we don't want to necessarily teach the most advanced pieces, but the actual technique that you're asking about is called blending, right? Image blending. So we're going to be doing that on Friday. So eventually we'll be able to talk about what blending is and be able to put things together. But today is just mastering the concept of what diffusion is from text, right? So we want to be able to teach the basic concepts first. And I know the exciting part is I want to know take this and put it in my game and throw it in my skins. Those are the really cool things. But unfortunately, we want to make sure that you guys can walk before you can actually run. Make sense, yeah, Johnny?
Got to start with the fundamentals. On the last question, you had mentioned about the fact that if you do something 100 times, 75 times, it'll be this, and 25 times it'll be that. And I think the first thought, if I was a camper, would be, well, why would I do it 100 times? And I think, one of the nature of AI generated images, videos, songs, it is this repetitive, recursive nature. You give it your text, it gives you what it thinks that you want. But usually on the first rendition, sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you get something right out of the block that works well. But oftentimes, and I've done this, I've created the same video 100 times. And it was close on number 35 and it was close on number 51. And it just takes me over and over and over and over to get it because it's using this technique that says, well, I'm trying to guess at what you want. Is this it? Is this it? Is this it? And so you have to get used to it's very much like real movie making, right? They say cut and then they make you do it again. And then they say cut and then they make you do it again. So this idea of being in the game, doing the same process over and over repetitively is just like in the real world. It's also the same in the digital world. So it's one of the things that you're going to see throughout this summer camp as we make images and videos and songs and even games is that we're going to say, nope, it's not the game I asked for. Nope, it's not the song I asked for. It's close. And so you're going to end up tweaking your prompt and going back and asking for it again. Or maybe even oftentimes I send the exact same prompt and it gives me a different image or it gives me a different video, the exact same prompt. And so you wait for the one that you like and then you can it and you move on from there. So that's an answer to that question about making realistic dragons. Sometimes you ask for a blocky one, it gives you realistic. You ask for a blocky one again.
Exactly.
All right,
I
I've got
want to
another
I welcome.
question here.
Wait, hold on, yeah, Johnny. So I just want to welcome Bowen to the actual Zoom chat. So yeah, so Bowen, if you actually join us for the first time, we're actually doing an AI summer camp here, and you're in the free session. So we go till 12:45 Eastern time. And we're learning about all this week Minecraft and Roblox with text to image models. So if you're excited about learning about AI, stick around after the actual show. We're gonna actually get into the summer camp. All right, yeah, Johnny. And I'm gonna
We
drop a
got a
live stream.
question from Redbone, wants to know what happens if I type gibberish into the prompt.
If you
It's a good
type
question. That's the kind of stuff I would do.
gibberish, believe it or not. So I know we're going to get into a little bit of the actual details here that is actually interesting. So the impressive part about a transformer model, and that's the T in the GPT, is it actually takes all your words, not technically the words, it takes the tokens and it actually turns them into mathematical numbers. Now, those mathematical numbers itself uses the attention mechanism to actually point to different things. So if you say, for example, use the word bank, right? It needs to figure out if the word bank refers to the bank of a river or if it refers to the actual financial institution. So if you type gibberish, believe it or not, that word gibberish has been either written already somewhere statistically, may have been one time in a million, billion words, or it may have regardless, it actually turns into a mathematical number. That mathematical number, the AI is still going to run its diffusion process on it, and it may still look like noise, or it will try to pull a pattern from that gibberish based on whatever you said. So for you, it's always going to turn their text into numbers, try to find it on latent space, and then eventually it's going to create something maybe interesting that may look familiar, it may look strange, it may look abstract, but it actually will try to find something, or it may hallucinate and bring something in really, really interesting. So yeah, Johnny. So that's roughly what it is. Great
So,
question.
for those of you that signed up for summer camp and you had any apprehension about joining a AI school, because AI has been around, it's been in the buzz for about 3 years now, pretty mainstream, and there's a lot of great things that people are saying about AI, and there's a lot of horrible things that people are saying about AI, and so there are some people that just won't touch AI at all because they're thinking about the horrible things. And there's some people that are just gung ho because they think the future is all of AI. And so one of the things that we do here at the summer camp is we always talk about every tool and every process that we introduce. We talk about how to use this ethically and not unethically. So all the stuff that you've read about AI being a bad thing, it's usually because it has a bad prompt engineer trying to use it in an unethical way. So every day when we introduce new things, we're always going to offer an ethical thought of the day. And today's ethical thought is to remember the Airhead code. AI is a tool. It is not a replacement for your brain. So if you're building a world or a character today, don't just steal someone else's exact design and claim you drew it. Use AI to inspire you and create things that have never existed before. By the
Exactly.
way, that's not just an ethical thing to do, that's a profitable thing to do. It's better to have stuff that's creative, because if you start stepping on other people's intellectual property, it's going to come back to haunt you. So
Exactly.
that's the ethical thought of the day.
Exactly. So for my
Back to you,
younger,
JR.
yeah, so for my younger campers out there, so ages 10 to 13, again, if you're a little bit more advanced, this may work. So two ways you can actually use today's diffusion lesson right now is first generate a custom profile picture of your Discord for your Discord or gaming accounts, right? So you can actually have one literally unique that no one else has. So again, you can actually tweak it, do anything that you actually want, and all those avatars to make things personal are really, really good. Second, you can actually play a tabletop games or role play. You can actually generate exact pictures for your custom characters to show your friends, and those are really, really cool ways to actually do things. What about the older kids? Yeah, Johnny.
And well, for the older teams, if you're 14 all the way up to 18, you can use this for real world projects. First, if you're coding an indie game, you can generate all of your concept art and UI elements in just minutes using Google Flow. Second, you can start a digital art portfolio using advanced text to image prompts to showcase your skills as a prompt engineer for future internships. What do you say we cover the news?
Yeah, love it. Yeah, Johnny.
Let's take a quick break and look at some crazy AI news from out in the real world this week. Junior, want to take the first one?
Sure. So Google actually unveils Gemini 3.5. Now, again, this is an immersive summer camp. If you don't understand everything, don't worry about it. You're just going to learn things as you actually go. So Gemini actually released 3.5 flash updates. So Google just updated their massive LLM, which is a large language model, allowing it to listen to hours of audio and watch an entire hour video at once and answer questions about it flawlessly. Sora continues to actually stun people, which is actually impressive because Sora is actually shut down. But the TTV model itself, that's text to video model, has independent filmmakers using it to generate hyper realistic video clips. I feel really sorry for them when they realize that Sora is actually shutting down at some point in the future. And lastly, AI reconstructs games from images. So researchers have developed models that can take a single flat 2D image of a game like a Super Mario or whatever Minecraft flat game you actually have, and instantly turn it into a playable 3D interactive environment. So this is actually really, really cool.
Turning 2D pictures into a playable game is actually insane, bro. We live in the future.
Bro, definitely, you're so right. All right.
I'm literally about to go cook with this after the show. No cap. I'm making a giant neon creeper wearing sunglasses. So listen up. Today it was just the foundation. Tomorrow we're going to go deep into the latent space. You're going to take your base character and apply wildly different aesthetic modifiers to it. It's going to be insane. Junior?
All right. I'm actually dropping the link again for the Zoom chat. So if you guys are actually on the live stream, want to actually catch us over on the actual private camp time. So again, we're continuing this actual camp, and it's going to go until 2 p.m. Eastern time. So right now it's about 12:44, 12:45. So anybody on live stream, we're going to be cutting you off on the public stream. Switch over to the private Zoom chat if you want. To all our official campers, you should be on the Zoom right now. We're going to be heading into the private tally lab for a one-on-one hands-on building, and then at 1:30 you'll be taking your exam, what you learned today, for a certification, so you can actually get your certification at the end of the week. If you're watching online and still want to join the actual summer camp, space is still available. Come join us at www.airheadinstitute.ai. It's only $100 per week or $500 for the entire summer. So tell your parents and go to www.airheadinstitute.ai right now, so you can get into this. All right, AI Johnny. See you guys in the lab.
Great first show, buddy.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Welcome to Season 13 and 14 of Airhead Institute. This is our 2-hour summer camp kicking off every day at noon Eastern. Right now, we are broadcasting the kickoff live across all the socials and Zoom, but at 12:45 p.m., we pivot. That's when we transition into an exclusive private lesson where our campers get hands-on experience actually building and creating with these AI tools. Plus, they'll be proving their new skills and earning official certifications by completing our certification exams. Here is what we are building over our epic 9-week summer lineup. Week 1, AI images for Roblox and Minecraft. Week 2, AI movies in Anime Studio. Week 3, AI music for TikTok sounds and Spotify hits. Week 4, AI games for classic arcade games. Week 5, AI ethics, hackers, deepfakes, and scams. Week 6, AI images for Disney and Marvel. Week 7, AI movies, Hollywood in your pocket. Week 8, AI music for hip-hop beats and gaming soundtracks. Week 9, AI games for phone and app store games. We're making AI practical, powerful, and fun for everyone. No tech background, no problem. Whether you're a kid ready to build awesome projects or an adult looking to audit a class and learn, just show up. Spots are still open. It's just $100 per week, or you can unlock the whole summer for $500. Secure your spot right now at www.airheadinstitute.ai. Guided by your hosts, AI Junior and AI Johnny, we're keeping it bold, brainy, and built for real-world impact. Let's stop scrolling and start creating. Welcome to camp.